Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Alicia Armendariz, and today we are going to be talking about the Colorado Springs traffic. Is it bad? How bad is it if it is? So if you guys have any questions on anything that I go over in this video today, or just about the home buying process in general with Colorado Springs, what it looks like, feel free to reach out to me. I am a licensed broker here in the state of Colorado. So with further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so if you're moving here from out of state or even from a different town and you want to know how the traffic is, well, let me just start off with saying it's not as bad as other big cities like Denver, LA, Houston. No, you're not going to have 2 to 3 hours to get home. Even when we do have accidents, it does slow things down, but accidents get cleaned up pretty quickly here. So kind of like a normal, I think, city, our morning rush hour starts at 6:30 a.m. and kind of lasts between 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. Evening rush hour, Monday through Thursday, I'm going to say kind of starts around 3 p.m. and can go till 7 p.m. On Fridays, you just got to expect it to kind of be all day, or definitely starting around noon. On Fridays, everyone likes to try and get home early, or everyone loves to try and head out to the mountains, any of the roads. Highway 24 out to Woodland Park on your way to Breckenridge. It's going to be chaotic. Same thing if you're making your way up to Denver. It's going to be chaotic. And if you're going south on I-25 or just to the mountains down there, San Luis Valley, that's just going to be the getaway for the weekend. So expect that mountain traffic. But within town, I would say Monday through Thursday, that evening traffic and morning traffic is really not that bad. If you are on the south end trying to get to the north end, it's probably going to take you 30 minutes, 35 minutes, with accidents, possibly 45. If everyone is moving quickly, easily 30, 35 minutes, you can get to your destination. We do have 3 main drags that run north to south, south to north. We have the Interstate, I-25, Academy Boulevard, and Powers Boulevard out on the east side of town. Those are going to be your 3 main drags. Powers and I-25 are 3 lanes the majority of the way up. Academy is 2 lanes. It does have parts where it goes into 3 lanes, but mostly that's 2 lanes each way. There is not really a direct way to shoot across town. We have the Martin Luther King bypass kind of on the south end of town that shoots east to west, west to east. But otherwise, if you need to get into a neighborhood or suburb, you're going to have to take either that I-25, Academy, or Powers, and then kind of like shoot your way over. But overall, the traffic is really not bad. In the mornings, I will say it's probably the worst near the military bases. If you are in a neighborhood that is near one of the entrances to Fountain Fort Carson Army Base or to the Air Force Academy, definitely expect delays there. There's just a lot of neighborhoods kind of around Fountain Fort Carson, that wide field security area. The ramp out of the neighborhood either gets you onto I-25 or across the bridge to one of the main entrances of Fountain Fort Carson Base. So there's just a lot of military that do live in those neighborhoods, and you're just going to run into a lot of stop and go with people trying to get on the base and people also trying to get on the interstate. Same thing for up north. If you were off of North Academy and Woodman, main entrance for getting on the interstate, with no matter which way you want to go, north or south. And then also across the bridge is the entrance, one of the main entrances to the Air Force Academy. So just some of the neighborhoods around there up north, like Briargate, Northgate, they're going to have a little congestion if you're trying to either get onto the base or just jump on the interstate to head to your next destination. So something just to be aware of. We don't really have like I said, the traffic that you would see in other cities, but definitely expect a lot of traffic on the north end of town during fall football season for the Air Force Academy. A lot of people go out and tailgate and just attend the Air Force Academy football games. So there's definitely heavy traffic on the north end of town if you are trying to get to a random neighborhood or you're trying to get out of Colorado Springs yourself and head to Denver or the mountains. Saturdays are going to be a little congested with everyone trying to get to the same destination as you or to that Air Force Academy football game. Sundays, if the Broncos are home playing, definitely expect a lot of traffic just on the interstate, I-25, or going north to Denver. There's a lot of Bronco fans down south in southern Colorado in those smaller towns, and they go to every home game. So definitely something to be aware of if you're trying to get out of town or just around town on I-25 on a Sunday during the fall, winter, when it is football season. Just something to be aware of. Okay, so here I am on a Tuesday. It is, 5:20. We are in the thick of our rush hour. This is a super thick area, kind of like there's our downtown. So everyone leaving downtown offices, getting on the interstate. This is I-25. Not bad. I-25 is 3 lanes north to south for 30 miles. That's pretty much the entire city. This is probably the most congested part of the commute, but I have been driving now for about 15 minutes and we've been consistently going about 10 to 15 miles per hour. This is the first time that we're kind of coming to almost a complete stop. I would say I-25 never really comes to a complete stop unless there is an accident. But otherwise, yeah, it's just kind of a little putt-putt from north to south, south to west for those 30 miles. And you can usually do this drive in about 40 minutes. That is like during rush hour. If there's no rush hour or traffic, you could do this drive from one end of town to the other in about 20, maybe even 15 if you speed a little. But I don't encourage that. But this commute right now, I'm just on the road. I live on the south end of town. If I wanted to head north, I'd probably be sitting in traffic like this for the next 40, maybe even 45 minutes. But I'm gonna say this is about the thick of it. Like I said, it's I don't mind the crawl. It's just when we come to a complete stop, which I don't like. But I usually don't even find that here in Colorado Springs. That's more of like a Denver, definitely Atlanta, Houston type of thing. But this is kind of what our rush hour looks like. Colorado Springs traffic is getting worse with the amount of growth that we're having come to the city, but it's still definitely not like Denver or Houston, Atlanta, LA. So it's just something to consider when you're moving here. I will say traffic is not as bad with the amount of driving that people need to do. If you do not have a vehicle here in Colorado Springs, getting around town will be somewhat difficult for you. It's very spread out, all the communities, destinations, tourist attractions, and we don't have the greatest public transportation system. We do have a bus system that can get you to point A to point B, but it's still like, it's not the greatest. And we have Ubers and whatnot, but Colorado Springs is definitely a city where you need a car to get around. It's just so spread out, and it would just be worth your time to invest in a vehicle if you didn't have one already. Well, there you go, guys. That's what you can expect from the traffic here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. If you had any questions over the info that I mentioned today, please feel free to reach out to me. Or if you have questions on the home buying or selling process or what's going on here in the market, definitely reach out to me also. I would love to help you guys reach any real estate goals that you may have. So if you haven't already though, hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell to get notified when I make new and upcoming videos. It definitely helps my channel and it helps people just like you guys find the info that they're searching for. So until next time, have a good one.